Greetings and welcome to the channel. So this is going to be a little bit of a different sort of video. This is aimed for like my fellow creators, whether you're TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, or people that's interested in getting into this whole, the whole space of like content creation, social media, and all that stuff. Now, I understand there's many people that have a very low attention span, no offense. So if that's not for you, then this video is probably just going to go right over your head, or you just don't even care. So in this video, I want to speak to some of my own perspectives on social media in general, some of my own personal issues I've been having. And I do feel that a lot of what I feel might be some of the issues that you're currently going through. So I want to speak to that. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put chapters in this video. I guess we'll see what happens when I'm done and I do the editing process. But for now, let me just get started. So what I will start off and say, I kind of look at social media growth on YouTube, specifically for me, it might be Instagram for you, TikTok, or what have you. I look at it in a very interesting way. Now that I think this will be my 102nd or 103rd video I'll post to my channel. I kind of have a few interesting perspectives. For one, I'm starting to feel like this whole YouTube thing, gaining subscribers, is almost like you're a door-to-door salesman. Let me explain what I mean by that. So let me just speak to YouTube, but you can apply this to your own thing. So on YouTube, we're trying to grow our channel. We're trying to get more subscribers. We're trying to get more likes, comments, shares. This is why every YouTuber will say, well, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is why we're all doing that shit. It's annoying. It feels a little cringy, but this is what we do. And the reason why we do it is because it sends a signal to the platform, in this case being YouTube, that you, the viewer, liked what you engaged, you want more of it. And every other platform has similar metrics, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever the case is. So I actually it was this morning, and I woke up and I was like, you know something? This seems like door-to-door sales. And maybe I'm late to this sort of epiphany, but this is just something that just popped in my brain. And I'm like, wait a second. Back in I'm 44, so I used to do door-to-door sales. So I definitely know. I would go and I would walk up to a person's house or their apartment door, and I knock on the door, and I'm trying to deliver my script. And what ends up happening, a few things. Either the person doesn't open the door, or maybe they're just not home, or they yell from the door saying, I'm not interested. They may open the door and just say they're not interested and close the door. So you're getting that rejection, and it's happening very fast. If you contrast that, or should I say juxtapose that with YouTube, the same thing kind of applies. When you put out a YouTube video or a TikTok or a live stream, whatever it is that you're putting out, it's the goal of attracting other people to get on board with what you're trying to do. So with that being said, you may encounter those people that they may not even give you a chance to even get your words out. For instance, maybe even this video right here. There may have been somebody that clicked on this thumbnail and they probably listened to me for 10 seconds and they dipped out. Or they may have saw my thumbnail and didn't bother to click at all. That would have been the equivalent of me knocking on their door and they not opening up the door. It's the same thing. So I got to this idea. I was like, you know what? I think we as creators need to stop giving a shit about how we're really coming across on camera, because the only thing at the end of the day that is unique to you is you. If you try to be something that you're not just so you can get that attention, it may not work in the long run. It may not. And it may not work for you. So for me, I'm not this super toxic positivity guy where I'm like, I'm not that. You got a lot of idiots online that do that. And kudos to them. But I'm also not a monotone, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm not that either. But that might work for some people. So I think you have to realize what works for you. And in order to do that, you have to get out and do it. You have to create. You have to see what works. Now, getting back to this whole door-to-door salesman thing, let's just say if somebody opens a door and they are listening to what I have to say, and now they're engaging with me, and they may actually buy what I'm selling them. What ended up happening there is the person liked my content, they subscribed to me, and they also they commented. It was all engagement. And in many cases, it doesn't end just there, because you have to factor in, just because you get somebody to subscribe to you, just because you get somebody to follow you on your TikTok or your Instagram or whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't mean that that person is going to be a supporter moving forward. And this is where I think it comes to, not all traffic is good traffic. And I think that is a real thing. I've seen many YouTube creators, they'll post videos actually telling you, the viewer, or if you're a prospective creator, telling you it's not wise to tell your friends and family that you're starting a YouTube, a Twitch, or some sort of social media platform. It's not good. And their logic, which I'm kind of inclined to agree, is let's say you tell your friend that you're starting a gaming YouTube channel, or a Twitch account that deals with video games. Now they're your friend, but that friend is more like a casual gamer. He plays every once in a while, but mostly his thing is like maybe cars, entrepreneurship, stuff like that. Him being subscribed to your gaming channel because he's cool with you, he's not going to actively participate in your content to where when you post a new gaming video, that guy is not going to really click on your video, watch your video, or at least partly watch it, nor is he probably going to comment or he's going to like it. So that's going to send a negative signal to your analytics, and that could potentially, it may not kill your channel, but it will drastically reduce the speed of growth that your channel would otherwise have if you had people that were more engaged with your content, more in line with the things that you're doing and putting out there on social media, if that makes any sense. So this is kind of like where I look at it as a door-to-door sales, like I said, because I can put out something or walk up to knock on somebody's door. I'm knocking on your door, and you may not even bother to open the door and tell me anything. That is no different than me having a video on your feed and it just doesn't even get clicked. Or if you did click it, you click off the video in like 30 or 50 seconds, which is the same thing as if you were to open the door, in my analogy here, or metaphor, whichever word it is, and you hear me out for like a few, and then you tell me you're not interested. That's where I'm looking at the correlation between the two. So I just think that if you are struggling to build your platform, whether it is whatever platform you're, we know it's Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, right? Whatever that you're currently doing, or aiming to get into doing, because I think this also applies to people that are not currently in that space, but they have this this urge, this desire to try content creation, to try to build their platform. It goes out to you guys as well. But I think it all correlates. It all relates. If you go to 10 houses, I'm going to keep it 10 because my math isn't that great. But if I go to 10 houses and only one person opens the door, engages with me, and I actually get a sale, that is the equivalent of 10 people watching your YouTube video. Like they see it appear on the feed and 9 people ignore it, but one person clicks it, they engage, and they subscribe. Over the course of time, that's going to snowball. So for those people who put forth a lot of effort into their content, and most of it is going to be in the editing process. Believe me, I know, I feel you, I've been there. Hell, I'm still there. Okay, when you post a video, you're like, shit. You put all these hours and you upload and you might get like 20 views if you're lucky. It sucks. It definitely is a suck type feeling. But when I really think about it, these are 20 real people. Now, of course, we got the excuse if they're like bots, but in most cases it's not. They're actual people that watched. So there was this guy, he said, if you're complaining that you're getting very low views on your YouTube channel, let's say if you got 30 views, imagine if you had 30 people in your living room and they're all standing on one side and you're handed a microphone and now it's action. Now you have to speak to these 30 people. It becomes quite different when you look at it from that standpoint. So while we all want to have thousands and thousands of people subscribing, and also because I know I do, but you can't lose sight of the people that are already subscribed to your channel, that are already engaging with whatever video that you're posting. Like for instance, this video right here, I don't expect many people to watch this video. Hell, I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of people probably watch this video for like maybe 20 seconds and they're gone. So it's probably like maybe a handful of you, or maybe my close friends that's probably still watching me. But I appreciate it nonetheless, because if me, or you put out a video, and that video, let's say if it got 200 views, let's just say. But if you look at your analytics and you discover that out of those 200 views, only 5 people subscribe to your channel, I look at that as a win. Because if you're consistent, if you are willing to kind of put yourself out there and keep pushing, little by little, you're going to attract more and more subscribers. And I mean subscribers that are going to be willing to engage with your content. Over the course of time, you're going to grow your audience. And as far as I'm concerned, the only thing you really need to focus on, in my opinion, because I'm at this level right now, is just getting monetized. Right now, I believe I have about 314 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Well, give or take, because some people unsubscribe, so that's kind of annoying. But that's something that you're going to have to deal with. Some people just unsubscribe from you for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but that's what some people do. So at current, I have 314 subscribers, and I'm close to 1,300 watch hours. In order to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have, at minimum, there's two tiers. You have to have 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers, and then you unlock kind of like the beginning aspects of monetization, which is I'm kind of close to, right? I'm at 314. I need 500. In order to unlock ad revenue from YouTube, you need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. And every platform is different. Instagram, I think they have their own thing. I know Twitch has their own parameters. So that's really the main goal. Now, once you do get monetized, I've seen a lot of creators on the different platforms actually say that subscribers at that point, once you're monetized, it doesn't mean all that much. If you have, and the reason why I say that is this. Let me paint you a different scenario. Let's say if you do have 1,000 subscribers and you're currently monetized. Okay. Let's say, okay, you decide to create a channel membership where you're posting things for members, right? You might have a membership that's, I think, like $5, or maybe in a different tier that's $20. And these are subscribers that are actually actively paying you for that exclusive content. If you have out of those 1,000 subscribers, if you have at least 500 that's willing to do that, you are potentially going to make more money over the course of time than someone that has 3,000 subscribers, but most of those 3,000 don't really engage with that creator's content. Like, they're just there. They may like and subscribe here and there or comment, but they're not actually really engaged. So that's why I'm trying to say in this roundabout way, don't get too hung up on the numbers. Once you get monetized. Now, of course, I'm hung up on numbers because I'm trying to get to that monetization so that now I can start doing exclusive content, offering things of value to my subscribers. But I'm not there yet. Now I guess I could do it now and do it through Patreon. I have heard of that, but there's a lot of things that I just don't know, and a lot of things that I need to brush up on my knowledge. And I think that comes down to also, we each have our own particular skill set, things that we're good at. Maybe you might be excellent at editing. You might be excellent at creating thumbnails. I'm not that great at thumbnails. I'm really not. You're not going to see something outlandish and graphically impressive from someone like me at this current stage. Titles, maybe. But this right here, being on camera, being able to communicate my point, being able to look at the camera at least 80% of the time, I feel like that is a strong suit for me. But some other person might be extremely timid on camera. They may be like, I don't know what to talk about. Everybody we each have our strengths and weaknesses. So the minute you're able to identify your strengths, double and triple down on that. When you find your weaknesses, hone in on those and actually seek to build those weaknesses to where they could become a strength. And that's pretty much just how I look at this whole thing. So I guess, kind of bringing this back and into full circle, the whole door-to-door sales thing, I really feel like that's what this whole process to me is. More often than not, when you're doing door-to-door sales, it's they don't know that you're arriving. They don't know that you're going to stop at their door and knock. They don't know. It's like a cold call. It's like you're doing phone sales on the phone. They don't know you're calling. You're cold calling somebody, trying to solicit them over the phone. They don't know you. So it's the same thing with YouTube or any other content creation. You have to leverage your strengths, build up what you are weak on, be consistent, knock on as many doors metaphorically, and try to pitch what you're trying to pitch. And you may get a lot of rejections, and you might only get 1 or 2 sales, and that's fine. You keep pushing, you keep building. And over the course of time, you will get to where you need to be if you stay in the race. Because one of the best things I heard was, you miss all of the shots that you don't take. And that's real. If you don't shoot your shot, you're guaranteed to miss. But if you did shoot it, you might win. You might lose. But you have to look at it in this perspective. Do you want a guaranteed fail or a potential success? Because the only thing you're guaranteed to do is fail if you don't try. Success is not guaranteed. But there are things you can do that can raise your level of success, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. There's so many things out there, from resources, different products, services, people on those respective platforms that have great advice that can help level you up. And I think that is something that is well worth your time, because Lord knows I have spent many, many days, hours consuming content, learning little things here and there, but not just sitting there and being a consumer. You have to put the things that you're learning into practice. You know, it's not worth just taking in a whole bunch of information and not doing nothing with it. You have to try and apply what you've learned to see, okay, this worked for me, that didn't work for me. All right, now, okay, let me try this, learn a bit more, and then I can apply what I learned and try things a different way or build on what has been working. But if you don't do nothing and you're just constantly in learn mode, all right, that's just, nothing's happening. And I speak to that from experience, because that was me several years ago when I had a little bit more hair on my head, back in like 2018, 2017. And I was just learning about drop shipping, affiliate marketing, all these different ways to make money online. And I did absolutely nothing with it. I had what I believe is called analysis paralysis, where I just kept learning and learning and learning, and there was no doing. There was no doing. So that's why when I started this channel, when I started uploading to this channel August 23rd last year, I was kind of going through different things. I was sharing videos like this. I was doing my fitness stuff. I had a couple of early videos of me, the benefits of walking, and some gaming content. And I say that to say, sometimes you just have to experiment. And when you are a new channel, when you are new on your preferred platform of choice, whether you're in it already and you're progressing or you're brand new, you're in a position where it's not a bad thing to try different things to see what sticks on the wall. Now, I'm a firm believer of whatever platform you're going to focus on. I believe it is ideal to speak on things, or just like your content, for instance, things that you are truly passionate about, things that you can go deep in. Where, like, if you look at like an onion, right, you can peel the layer, you have a layer on top of this one, a layer on top of that one. So for me, for instance, my passions is combat sports, whether it's Muay Thai, boxing, fighting, music, R&B, some hip hop, some not today's age, unless we're talking about a group like Coast Contra. Shout out to them, amazing hip hop group on the come up. Anyway, but I will say gaming, video games, fitness, since I am a personal trainer, certified. Now, of those four things, what can I really talk about at length and go really deep in content-wise? Well, I love music, but I don't see myself speaking about that or its industry often. I enjoy combat, but I think I would probably speak about that when the moment rises. But when it comes to gaming and fitness, I can talk about that all day, every day, and I can go deep on either topic. So that pretty much is what a lot of the gurus on YouTube and other social media platforms would talk. What they would call that niching down. So that's something else that you might want to look into, whether or not you want to focus primarily on one thing and be an authority figure on that one thing, whether or not you're if you're a woman and you're talking about healthy eating, or getting your nails done, or hair, or makeup, or your whatever it is. But can you do that consistently? Like, and I mean like go deep, video after video, month after month. Can you stick with that? So for some people, it's hard to really fully niche down, and I'm one of those people. And it might affect my growth, but my in terms of speed. But I think that it works for me personally, and I do believe that with over 350 million people in the United States, there are people that are going to relate to you, just like there are people that relate to me, and even fewer of those people might even subscribe and be a part of my growing community, just like they may be a part of your growing community. But if you don't create, if you don't put the time in for your posts, your consecration, nothing's going to happen. It's like saying you want to find a job, but you're not looking for a job. Nothing's going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you have to put intent and energy into what you are aiming for, what you want. Whatever that may be, whether you want to go to college, you want to get promoted, you have to put in that work. If you don't put in the work, it's not going to happen. It's just going to remain a thought in your mind. And that's real talk. It's just going to remain a thought in your mind. And that's where it's going to stay. Now, maybe some people are cool with that. I'm not. I want to be full-time. I want to make money off of these platforms. I want to have a community that will engage with me, where, I go live and I get like, I don't know, maybe 20 to 30, 100, 200 people in my live stream, and everybody's talking, everybody's having a good time. I'm recommending products to them, things that they're probably going to buy anyway, but they buy it from me because they trust and respect me. And it also helps me to, make a living so that I can reinvest in equipment, build up my brand, and give more better. That's my aim. Your aim might be different, or it might be the same. I don't know. I don't know who's watching me right now. You can leave me a comment. That would be great, and let me know what your dreams are and whatnot. But that's pretty much where I'm at. I want to get monetized on YouTube. I want to be an Amazon affiliate. I want to be monetized on Twitch. I want to do all these things. And I will admit, sometimes you have to admit certain shit to yourself. Sometimes I get a little bit lazy. Sometimes I get a little bit depressed. Sometimes I get, what's the word I'm looking for? I procrastinate. I should have been on this live streaming thing with Twitch months ago. But, I've been half-assing it. So in order to really fix a problem, you have to identify that one exists in the first place. So I don't know what may be holding you back. I don't know what may be causing you to second guess yourself, but you have to really have that deep conversation with yourself, or have people around you that you trust and say, hey, what do you think I'm good at? It may sound like a stupid question. Ask somebody that you really trust and hear what they have to say. Record some videos. Do what I'm doing. You don't have to upload it to YouTube. Or if you do upload it to YouTube, you can literally have it private to where you can watch it back on yourself. So there's so many different ways to kind of break past your fears, so many different ways to up your quality of recording, and so many different ways to look at situations where when you do post something and you're not getting the type of viewers that you're hoping for, not necessarily to take it as a negative, but just look at it as, you know what? I did get 20 viewers. I did get 30 viewers. It's a lot less than what I hoped for, but let me see what I can do to build off of that. Oh, I got 1 subscriber out of these 30 people. Okay. Look at it. Don't always look at things as a failure. Look at it as teachable moments. And if you find yourself not able to find the answer on your own, this is where your close friends, some family, or just, people that's already doing what either you're currently doing or considering doing. Look at what they're doing. Draw some inspiration, get some ideas, get feedback from the people that you know. Put it together and create. But there's so many things that I can speak to. Maybe I should have had this video as a live stream. I don't know. But there's just so many things when I'm on YouTube and I'm browsing videos and I'm seeing those videos of people saying, "Oh, YouTube is on easy mode." Videos like that. And I will say, YouTube or just content creating is not hard. What is hard is working 10 to 12 hour shifts in a warehouse, breaking your back overnight for a multi-billion-dollar company that can tell you in a nanosecond that you're fired, okay, with a 4-hour commute going and coming back to work. That was me. That's what I was doing for a while. So that was hard. Sitting down here, talking to a camera, do a few edits. It might be time consuming and tedious. That's not hard. That's not difficult. That's time consuming. It's tedious. And it might be difficult from a knowledge standpoint until you learn it. But physically and all that stuff, no. YouTube is not a hard thing. It really isn't. I think YouTube and these other platforms, if you are as authentic as you can be, and you are consistent with putting out content, and you are leveling up the way in which you do things. If you're building at least 1%, learning a little thing here and there, adding this to your video, maybe speaking, maybe you might be speaking too fast, too slow. Try different things. I wouldn't say go to any particular extreme. If you're a serious person by nature, don't try to act super happy and go lucky. I'm not saying that, but try to maybe talk about something that brings you some sort of excitement, some sort of passion. And I think that does help. It's helped me, and it might help you. So while a lot of this was pretty much my own perspectives, I do believe that if I have these thoughts, there must be somebody in the United States, in the world, man or woman, that has the same feelings that I have or similar. And those are the people that I'm looking to relate to. Those are the people that I want in my growing community, where I'm talking about, I could be talking about fitness. I could be talking about something that happened in entertainment news. I could be talking about gaming. And people would come to see me, not come to see me do a particular thing. That's the goal for me. And it's a tough one, especially when people don't know you. And this comes back again. See, I'm going back to the door-to-door sales. That person doesn't know you, but you may come across that person, just to harken back to it, that opens the door, hears you out, listens to your video, and they're like, you know what, this person's pretty cool. I like the vibe. I like what this person's saying and how they're saying it, and I get it. You know what? I think I'll buy or I'll subscribe. And when you grow that, when you get more and more people like that, those are going to be the real ones. Those are the people that are going to be the men and women that will support your live streams, that will give you your super chats, your super thanks, buy your products from the affiliate links. Those are the people. But those randoms that they'll subscribe just because, and then they'll probably never look at your channel or your IG profile ever again in life. They come and go. It's almost like in a silly way. It's almost like a one night stand. You get a one night stand with a chick, with a shorty or whatever, and you never see her again, right? For whatever reason, maybe she called it off or you called it off, and it was what it was. So it's kind of like the same thing. If somebody just subscribes to your channel, but they just don't engage, you never see them on your profile again. That's kind of how I look at it. So I feel you should aim to cultivate a community of people that are interested in what you have to say, that value you as a creator. Now, of course, when they're just getting to know you, they don't know anything about you. This is where you have to be authentic, because you don't want somebody to buy in on a lie, because now you have to maintain that lie. Now you have to maintain that act. Now, there's some people that can do it. It might be you, but I know for a fact it is not me. I only know how to be me. I know how to communicate on this camera. I know how to break things down. I love putting people onto new things. That's me. I'm not super over the top. Maybe if I'm a little bit inebriated, maybe a little bit nice. But generally speaking, this is me. And I understand that not everybody is going to resonate with me. Just like not every woman is going to like me. Not every woman is going to find me attractive. Not every woman is going to want to date me. I understand that. But for those women that don't, for either of those, there are women that will. And it's the same thing with your content creation. If you find yourself struggling to get views and you're posting content, best believe the people that are going to say yes to your content, more than likely, you just have not reached them yet. This is why I've seen a lot of content creators, like the big content creators, they'll say, don't stop, because you might be one video away. Now, we don't know if that's video 100 or video 1000, but if you stop, you'll never know. Anyway, I think I've ranted enough. If this was your first time here, definitely consider subscribing. I need to get me some water. I've been talking for however long. And, hey, leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this. I kind of had in mind what I wanted to say. I'm not doing a script. So this is all coming from me, from the heart, from the head. And hopefully you got something out of this. And if you did, leave me a comment below. Let me know what this inspired you to do. And also like the video. Anyway, take care. Peace.